Pacers in Canada. In Canada, across the border, but an hour driving around Glacier National Park on the US side and Canadian side. We saw a fox, we saw, what else? We saw bighorn sheep, a mountain goat, and then we just saw a bear. Well, I barely saw the bear. I didn't want him to be too embarrassed. Didn't want to make things unbearable for him. Big black bear though, on this road. Isn't that right, Pacer?
And then we saw the rare and beautiful Pacer.
And yeah, that's what we saw. Hey there, greetings. We are in Alberta, Canada, Pincer Creek. Couldn't get lodging in where the race, the Minotaur race, is going to be tomorrow. Skyrunning race in Blairsmore. But had a nice drive in. We actually came in with the dog, so we had to stay at a certain hotel and cross the border in a car. Ooh, I'm gonna cross this cool bridge here. But yeah, getting ready for the Minotaur Sky Race tomorrow. That's it. About 21 miles, 33K, 9,500 feet of climbing, technical. Part of the SkyRunner World Series, thanks to them for their support. And yeah, Sandy's racing too, and we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be first official race of 2023 for me. And of course I'm doing Val d'Aran, 110K in Spain 2 weeks later. So first time in this part of Canada though. Really excited to see this mountain range. It's basically felt like we were traveling straight north. We flew into Montana, drove through Glacier National Park, which was beautiful. Great mountain views. I've always wanted to be in the mountains of Canada here in what's essentially the Rockies in Alberta. So really honored to be here and thankful to have the health and ability to travel with loved ones. You see Pacer the dog came in. So yeah, hope to see some more people, get some shots of the race. There's not gonna be a ton of filming out on the course probably tomorrow for me or Sandy, but hopefully get some action shots, media stuff when we get up there, because I'm excited to see the mountain range, some of the trails. Heard they're really technical and rocky, a lot of climbing, and good weather. It's actually surprisingly warm up here, so you know, not super high elevation, but still some elevation. We're used to that in Colorado. And yeah, for the most part, feeling pretty healthy. Maybe not totally prepared, but it's early season. I have to say, everyone up here has been super friendly. Got some local beer, had a vegan pizza with vegan cheese option. They didn't even charge me extra. And yeah, some pretty good options and beautiful scenery. So really enjoying it. Let's get some scenes up at the start finish area now, later this afternoon. Met some locals here. They live right up the road, so really excited to try this race out. What are your names again?
Greg and Mary.
Greg and Mary, yeah. Yes. Awesome to meet you guys.
Yeah,
Thanks for the course info. Yeah, thank you.
It'll be the 5th stop in the SkyRunner World Series, a series that attracts some of the most elite mountain athletes in the world, and you're standing amongst them right now. With that, I just wanted to take a moment to introduce the Managing Director of SkyMount, Etienne Rodriguez, to share.
I'm very excited to be at the Minotaur Sky Race this weekend. As Andrew said, it's the 5th race of the series, and it's the first race of the series that's taking place outside of Europe.
Come on, buddy! Great work, man! Woo! Canadian running! Canadian running, enjoy it! Yeah, buddy! work.
Woo! Strong finish! Woo!
It's pretty rugged terrain. It was the middle part, the dragon's back was pretty extreme for me. I was like, this is like scrambling with my hands, and should have brought my climbing gloves, but I really enjoyed it. The weather worked out so you could see all the mountain range. The views were spectacular. I was feeling it in the middle. I was feeling the heat a bit. I think everyone was, but it made for a great day, and I was glad to finish strong and not break my ankle or hurt myself, because those rocks are no joke. That one scree field in the middle is called the shoe shredder. I think that was not under advertised. That was pretty extreme. I felt like I was skiing down it in the middle there. So really great race.
Great, thanks, Dave.
Woo!
Ever think of announcing races, Dave?
Good job, good finish. Fourth place. Good job, Bailey. Good finish. Go, Sandy. Good finish. Go, babe.
Awesome, Marcella.
Got the Minotaur.
The
Senora.
men's winner today. He may not be here because I hear he might be out TikToking. Presented by Alpenglow Woodworks to Sage Canaday. Emma shared some good tips with our first place runner today. In first place, with a truly impressive time of 5 hours, 1 minute, 56 seconds, presented by our presenting sponsor, Arc'teryx, to Marcella Vasanova.
All right, Heavy JB, come on in here.
There we go. Sperry. Beautiful forest. Beautiful forest. You got their fresh antlers in. Oh, there's 3 of them. You guys seen any grizzly bears lately?
We're just gonna go this way.
It's alright, we're vegan. We're vegans. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. Don't charge me now. Be way more afraid of getting charged by a moose, honestly. We're seeing like a grizzly bear because we don't have any bear spray, so if Sandy and I disappear, I want this video on the internet, then you know what happened to us. But anyway, vlog update. We're here in Glacier. It's Glacial. Glacier National Park, Montana. We're kind of on the south entrance side. It is June 27th, 2023. A couple days after the Minotaur SkyRace. And I just wanted to give a quick recap because I don't have a ton of footage, but nice travel up into Canada. I was telling people, everyone in Canada was so friendly. Amazingly friendly. Great atmosphere. The race was really just across the border. But I've never been to this part of Canada. First time in Alberta. And the Minotaur SkyRace really delivered. skyrunning is the most technical series. And it's funny because this race is so technical, like, you don't find races like this in the US. You know, we have some technical sections at the Rut or Speed Goat, but this was like, there's some class 3 moves, ridge scrambling. It's a good YouTube video actually, done by skyrunning. You can find on the internet, but you can see some Screefield shots. I was running down the shoe shredder there. Thanks to Adam Campbell for the footage. But yeah, I digress. 21 miles, 22 miles, 34K, like 9,600 feet of climbing. It's like 2,800 meters. So, you know, it took me 4 hours, 41 minutes, I think. And I was 7th place in a solid men's field. So a solid performance. I was really happy to get top 10 in this race back, especially coming off a long hiatus of not really racing, kind of entering this race last minute, and you know, skiing late into the season in Colorado. I wouldn't say I was super dialed for this particular event. So I'm training for Val d'Aran now, 110 kilometers in the mountains of the Pyrenees, but it was fun. It was very technical though, and I'm glad I didn't fall and hurt myself. Breathing was definitely a bit rough. Definitely struggled. We started off with like a near vertical K. Like, telling Sandy, within 2 miles, 3K in, my calves were burning. And I was like, wow, trails in Colorado are totally different. We didn't train for this. Even though we train in the mountains, it's hard to get the power up at 14,000 feet and in the snow. And I actually didn't use poles because I needed to use my hands, which I did, and they got cut up. But yeah, great international field. It's part of the International Skyrunning Series, so brought out some good competition. Great locals, of course. You know, I was only the 3rd American in the race, but I know the guys that finished ahead of me, and yeah, they're great mountain runners, great at technical events, and it's the most technical overall race that I've done for sure, with all the scrambling, knife edge ridges, no fall zone type of scenarios there. So it's a good step in the right direction, and try to keep building this fitness forward as I move into the UTMB series now, doing longer ultras, but in the mountains still. You know me, any surface, any distance, we try. And yeah, we're going up the Sperry, what's it called, the Sperry Trail? Towards the Sperry Chalet up here in Glacier National Park. Ugh, lungs are still a bit rough from the race. Legs and quads are a bit sore. So we'll get some views up there and wrap up this race recap vlog. Thanks for watching. And great meeting so many of you out there. Really, congrats to all the runners. And yeah, an honor to get top 10 in this race. Maybe that's a glacier. Maybe it's just a snowfield. There's the hut, Sperry Hut. Big building up there, top of the hill. We're about 5.7 miles in. Is that like 9 kilometers or so? We've climbed almost 3,000 feet of vertical gain in this old burn zone. It's quite toasty out actually. But yeah, see, get some views up there, some cool waterfalls, multiple waterfalls. And I guess the busy season doesn't start till like July 1st when the hut opens, but we haven't passed a single person on this trail except for those deer, so let's get up there. Cool waterfall, cool river here, crossing this bridge. Beautiful day. There's a glacier up there on the left. All right, we've reached another intersection. Sperry Hut, a quarter mile off to my right there, 400 meters. We're not gonna have time to go up to the Sperry Glacier today. It's already been 10K in, 6.2 miles in, and a lot of climbing on tired legs. Plus we gotta go let Pacer out, so we don't wanna leave her too long. Thought I saw a bear over there for a second. Might be a bear. It's far away if it is. Anyway, to wrap up this vlog, yeah, most technical race we've done. They don't have races like that in the US that are that technical, but that's skyrunning. And you know, qualifying for the final, I believe Limone Extreme in Italy in the fall, if I do a couple more of the skyrunning series. So I'll transition to ultras though in the UTMB series with Valderan coming up in 12 days. Be out in that area, flying into Barcelona and then driving in 5 hours by bus into the Pyrenees. Really looking forward to that, of course. Hope to see you out there. And yeah, it's a step forward in the right direction. You know, with my breathing, after the pulmonary embolism, truth be told, had a lot of hospital tests this year, and VO2 max dropped by about 20 points. So been having to run more, relying on my leg muscle strength, my running economy, mainly the musculature, but then also just running, having to pace myself that much better, having to be that much kind of mentally tougher and really dig, because when the lungs aren't working as well, you run with your legs, your heart, and mainly just running on guts now. But happy with how my nutrition strategy worked out. I took 9 Spring Energy gels, stayed pretty hydrated. I burn it pretty hot, so I always have to take a lot of salt, but you know, it worked out. So look at this view. Thanks for subscribing on here. Thanks for following along on this journey. Hope your running's going well. We got more training plans, tutorials coming your way. Check out Sandy's channel, Running Wild. Thanks. Also check out our training plans for any surface, any distance. You know, Sandy and I do it all. That's at higherrunning.com. We got training plans, all sorts of resources. Subscribe to our free newsletter on there. And thanks so much for all the Patreon supporters making this channel possible. Shout out to title sponsor Hoka, keeping the dream alive. And stay tuned for more VO2 Max Productions.